The song I'm about to play here is a song called Cruel. It was almost called Dancing Queen because that phrase is heavily featured in this song. And the lyrics are all pretty abstract, and that's by design so that you can interpret it however you want. I know what it means to me, but maybe it'll mean something completely different to you. And that's sort of the theme of the whole album. And what makes it different to my other projects is that I'm using my falsetto a lot, the head voice, rather than the usual angsty, chesty type vocals that you'd normally hear from me. And that's why I love it. And this is one of the best examples of it in this song. So yeah, check it out.
ADHD. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with this one. And if I remember right, it was the last song we wrote for the album. We had all been listening to McGee quite a bit at the time. We wanted to have this sort of like groovy element to the verses where it just feels like chill, like you just put it on and just chill, right? I was building out some guitar bits for the verses. James was in his world doing this long run with the melody at the end of the phrases, which was so cool and just became such a part of the song. True to its name, ADHD has a few twists and turns. And then at the end of the song, it just blows open and we have this big outro that's just like chaos that's happening and this moment of celebration, really. And in a way, it's cool because it's almost an answer to the song Celebrate. It's also on the album. And I thought that was a really cool angle to bring in. So that's ADHD.
Alright, so I'm about to play you a song called Friends off the new album Pisces, and I think Friends might be my personal favourite, and that's purely because there hasn't been many occasions where I've written a song that's about a current event or a current topic that was happening at the time. I think you'll be able to tell from the lyrics what I'm talking about. I think it's pretty obvious, and from a songwriting point of view, it was just fun to try and reverse engineer lyrics from another song and try and get the message across that I was trying to convey.
Yeah, no, it was a weird one. Sunday afternoon, we weren't even going to do a session because we'd been working 14-hour days writing tunes that whole week, and we thought we might have a day off, but well, Steve definitely thought he would. And I decided that we should do something fun. We should just try something different. And the session started out with us trying to do a Coldplay Sky Full of Stars kind of indie dance record. Then I realized I'm not Chris Martin. I'm not going to write a song as good as that. And then somehow the session evolved into doing a kind of grunge Cardigans type thing. And yeah, no, it was born. It happened really quickly once we'd gone through that process of trying to do something wacky. This song just kind of fell out of us, and I just started to sing it. I need you like a bullet to my brain, somewhere in between fuck you or stay, whatever the lyrics were at the time. I just spat out that cadence, and then yeah, no, it was born.
Celebrate started out with this piano chord progression I was playing, and James was singing some melodies over it, had some ideas, so we spent a bit of time, built out the production just a bit, just the foundation kind of framework for it, based around that piano line. James had some really cool melodies going, and at one point he said something like, people tell me I don't really know how to celebrate, like I good things happen, and I don't know how to be excited or celebrate those wins. When he said that, I was like, that's it. I really identify with that. Let's do that idea. And that's how Celebrate was born.
So what we're about to listen to is a song called Embers. And Embers it's the heartbreak song of the album. Sorry if you're heartbroken. I'm sorry. This song will probably break your heart again. If all being well, that's what it's here to do. So listen with caution.
So Gucci, the interlude was a bit of a happy accident, really. I was on my way to the studio, and sometimes I just do this thing where I put on like a type beat on YouTube. In this case, it was a Biggie type beat, or sometimes I just listen to, the old Biggie Tupac records, and yeah, I just got really inspired, and in my head I started to form a few lyrics to this instrumental, this Biggie instrumental, and I got in the studio and I played it to Steve. I said, "Oh, I love this kind of thing. I know it sounds mad, but we've been doing so much stuff in this current lane that we're in for the Pisces album that it would be cool to just have a bit of a palate cleanser and do something different." So Steve just knocks up this perfect beat in my eyes, like a Biggie type thing, and I just got an SM7 out and I started scratching in some lyrics and then freestyled a lot of it, and it just and I thought, yeah, I'll just stick this in, and then I had this old hook, Louis, Gucci, Balenciaga, and yeah, we thought nothing of it really, and then we listened back later and we thought, this is pretty cool, and I thought, should I rewrite the lyrics? Should I put some other bits in there? Should I make the bars stronger? And anytime I tried to do that, I just or even tried to record it on a proper recording mic, it lost the charm of that original scratch demo, that kind of moment that we captured, and so it ended up being an interlude on the album. Tried to do extra verses and stuff, but it just felt like, oh, this should just be kind of what it was on that day, a palate cleanser, but this time for the album. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it.